Welcome to yet another edition of Own Your Image with Dr. Fungai Mtisi, where we discuss issues that happen in our societies and communities. Of course, the mission is to transform individuals to become better people in terms of culture change, reputation management, and any other positive benefit that we can derive from this show. I know they say blood is thicker than water. It's every parent's dream to have the children have the bond, the love, and the unity that can extend in their lifetime. But today, we find siblings fighting, that is brother or sisters amongst themselves. And today we are discussing the competition or the sibling rivalry amongst vana vemunu one. And today in the studio, I'm joined by Tanatswa and Blessing to discuss more on what happens. Welcome to the studio.
Thank you.
Yeah, right. I want to find out from you guys, what is it that is happening between brothers and sisters? Why do you fight as siblings? Let me start with you, Tanatswa.
The reason why we fight as kids is because we try to ascertain our place in the family. We try to get the attention from the parents, and usually the problem starts with the parents, because the parents usually compare kids in the family to say this kid is better in school, this kid is better in sport. So as a child, you feel the need to prove to your parents that you are able, and you should never be put in that position to try to prove yourself.
Okay, let me hear from you, Blessing. Is it the same with you?
Okay, basically what she said is correct. We are fighting for the already divided attention from our parents. So the little attention that is there for the kids, she wants to get it all.
Okay.
And
so if you already acknowledge that it's from the parents, so why do you fight with her? She's your sister.
Okay, so it's sibling rivalry is totally natural. You would find Kuti, sometimes I feel a certain level of jealousy towards her because of what is being done to her. Probably because she's a girl, she gets more allowance than I do. You know, so naturally it just happens because you know, it's not every time that I get what she's getting.
Okay, but what's the problem? For example, she's a girl. Maybe she wants a weave like mine, and you are a guy. You don't have to do that. Maybe whilst you're answering that, what are some of the things that you fight about?
The things that we as children fight about are very petty, but they end up having a very huge effect.
Okay.
For example, the most common thing that children fight about is control over the TV.
Okay.
That's a very common thing. So, for example, Blessing might be interested in watching sport. I like watching documentaries. Obviously, we are going to be fighting over who is going to be having control with the remote and at what time. So these are the small issues that make a difference.
Okay, and you, Blessing, from your side as the brother, what are the things that you fight about?
Okay, as the elder brother, obviously I need some respect. She's always pushing me around. When I'm watching my soccer, she doesn't have to come and say, come on, I'm watching soccer, it's only 19 it's
But
only
already
19
what
minutes.
to talk to Mudara, I can't do Mudara.
Ay, gosh. When she was born, I was already 5. She's 19, I'm 23.
Okay.
And at some point, you know, you'd realize, Kuti, ndakambo mchikisa serevita. Ndakambo
Mubereka.
You see, so someone on Kabereka mana, they come and say, I could ziwa. For the why?
Okay, Tanatswa, do you hear what your brother is saying? Do you also feel that need of respect as the little sister?
Yes, because as firstborns are very authoritative. And these days, people call them deputy parents because they...
That's a first for me.
Because they want the authority and they exert this authority. So when you exert authority, obviously the other person is going to retaliate. So this is what causes rivalry, because as the person who is being told
what to do.
what to do. You feel like we are in the same house, so you can't tell me what to do.
All right, I want to find out from you. So when you fight, what happens inside? Do you lose the love for being your brother or sister? What happens inside, and what remedy, what do you do to have that, you know, that love, lost love compensated? What happens? Let me hear from you.
Okay, so the bottom line is, she's my sister, I still love her. But then the fact that I love her doesn't mean that I don't see whatever she's doing.
Okay.
So what I've realized in an African setup, this sibling rivalry really vary from family to family. So you'd realize kuti between sisters, it's long-lived and it really have impact on their lives. On brother to brother, it's bakira straight. So it's short-lived and usually it ends up in a physical fight. But then between her and I, since we're of the opposite sex, it's really minimum. Why? Because we are really in the same space. For example, we don't share the same bedroom. What she needs is not what I want. So we really don't spend much of the time together. So you realize, Kuti, it's
a struggle.
Yes. You
All
see?
right.
So really it varies, but then the love is still there.
All right. As we round off this segment, Tanatswa, what do you want to say to the parents out there?
Okay, I want to advise and to tell all the parents that they should not compare their children, and they should invest in studying their children, because every child has their own unique features, and they should try and appreciate each child uniquely.
Wow, thank you so much for coming. I have really enjoyed talking to the two of you.
Thank you.
On Your Image with Dr. Fungai Mtisi, please join us in the second segment. Welcome back to On Your Image with Dr. Fungai Mtisi, where we are talking about sibling rivalry, makwikwi pakati pe mkoma ne mkoma, kana kuti my brothers, my sisters. And now I'm joined in the studio by real or actual siblings, the Kadau sisters, Advocate Tina and Tilda. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Dr. Mtisi.
Yes, let me start. I'm sure Advocate mukutonzwa kutopisa kudhara. Why is that you are fighting as siblings? And I want to find out now, makura mavan makuru. I want to hear from your experience.
Okay, thank you. From my experiences, we fight over different issues. As we grow up, you find that we have got different interests, and maybe the parents, they also treat us differently.
Okay.
Like my young sister, she's the last born in our family.
Okay.
Yes, and she's the favorite, my mother's favorite.
Okay.
At times you feel you want the attention from the parents, but they're always focusing on the little one.
But makura mavan makuru kaini.
Yes, it is true. Takura tavan wakuru. But the issue is that sometimes you feel there's too much dependence on the young one.
Okay.
And on the other hand, you want to mentor her. You want to train her to be self-sustainable.
Okay.
And that is a challenge, because the parents will always be saying, mwana, mwana, mwana.
Tidori mwanerewo.
But yeah, I acknowledge as well I'm growing up.
Okay.
Kukura.
So why fighting with your sister?
Oh, I'm also growing. I'm becoming my own person. And like she said, she wants to mentor me. She's a boss. She's got her own law firm. She's her own person. But when she comes home as a sibling, she's not telling me like as a sister. She's not telling me as a family member. She wants to put the authority on me. Like a boss, you see.
Okay.
So that comes off as bullying. It comes off as dictatorship.
Okay.
Then that's where the rift comes. Twatanga kupesana. Ndakutononge sisi vakuto.
Boss advocate, makuta advocate kune mwana.
Okay, addressing that issue, Like she says, when I come home, I'm happy to say that when I started my business, she's one of the founding members, and she supported me until a certain stage where we agreed that she had to pursue her own dreams because she also had her own interests. But sometimes, let's go back to the workplace. Even if I was her boss at the workplace, sometimes she expects me to treat her like my little sister. But we are at work, and this is business.
Business is business.
Business is business. I must not treat her differently from other employees. I must just treat her as the same as other employees. So maybe she feels that I'll be bossing her around, but I think it's also important to talk about these issues, to discuss. Then she can talk to me, my sister, I don't like the way you're handling this issue, so that we can maybe resolve our differences.
Okay, Tilda, what is difficult? Can't you just go to Tina and say, Tina, I don't like the way you are treating me? Are you scared to do that?
No, I'm not scared, but it all goes back to personality. Some people, they're very open. They can do that. They can approach someone and air out their issues. And for some of us, we are timid, we are quiet. It's an issue. But it's a bit of an issue.
Okay, let me share with you my experience with my own sister. Sometimes she comes at my house, she grabs my handbag, my perfume, she goes. Do you experience that?
That is very common. And she still expects me to buy her clothes, buy her handbags, and pay her a salary at the same time. And it becomes a challenge. It's not like you're being stingy, but you just want to win off somebody so that they can be self-sustainable.
All right.
Yes.
So Tina, but why then, when you want respect, but you also don't respect your sister?
I do try to respect her as my sister, but you know, as the last born, like she said, you just expect certain favors. Certain things from your older sister,
Okay, from the research that I've done also, some points came out that you older sisters, you have to sustain your mother and father, but you find that your parents are also taking the money that you have given them and to cushion the siblings. I want to hear your experience.
That is my experience. Even if I give my mother money, she comes back behind my back and she gives my little sister some money. So that's why we end up fighting, because I feel like as the older sister, I'm being punished like for being born before the others.
Okay.
Yes.
So at the end of the day, do you still feel that same love, the strong love that we are purporting to have, that blood is thicker than water, is still there?
It's true, blood is thicker than water, and that's the reality on the ground. Even if we fight, that doesn't take away the love that I have for my sister. These are just petty issues. We still love each other. When I'm down, she's the first person to be there. When I need advice, she's the first person I turn to. So that love is still there. Blood is thicker than water.
All right.
I agree
then,
with you.
Tina, I want you to speak to your sister right now. What are some of the things that you wish from your sibling concerning maybe the emotional abuse, the torture that you were talking about, that bullying and things? What do you wish sometimes the elder siblings to understand?
Okay. Tina, my sister, I love you. You know that. I love you from to the moon and back.
Thank you so much.
Okay, but sometimes when you're advising me or when you're mentoring me, I would appreciate it if you were a bit softer. Remove the bossiness. Just be you. Just be my sister. Tell me, advise me, mentor me in a calm way, in a sisterly way. Yeah.
How do you feel with that?
I'm really touched. I'll try my best so that when I'm at home, I'm the sister and not the boss.
All right.
But I want to emphasize that when we are at work, my sister, we are working in this business.
Right.
All right. Let me also bring another issue, which is maybe outside amongst yourself. Suppose your other sibling is sick or they want financial help, and maybe there's $300 which is required. How do you solve that issue as siblings? Because we see in families, it's an issue that someone is required to pay more and another one just looks. Maybe Tina.
You have started with me. I think obviously you've got a feeling that I was going to say maybe I contribute more.
Yes.
Which is the reality.
Which is the reality.
Okay.
Naturally, as the older one, you've got more responsibilities. And in terms of earnings, myself having my own company and my sister being employed somewhere else, we do not have the same level of income.
Okay.
Naturally, I have to contribute more. But you also find that sometimes the parents, they also don't consider that I also have my life, I also have my expenses, I also have my plans, and they do not create an environment where we are given portions to contribute equally.
Okay.
It's always, here the older one, you have to contribute more.
All right. And Tina?
Yes, it's a reality.
Oh, Tilda, sorry.
Tilda,
Yeah.
yes, it's a reality. She obviously brings in the bigger chunk of the amount that is required. But I, as a person, as someone who's trying to be responsible, I also chip in and contribute what I have.
Wow. Thank you so much for coming, ladies. I hope these hugs are genuine, and I'm sure they are going to start the new beginning for you from right now as you leave the studios.
Sure. Yes, definitely.
On your image with Dr. Fungai MTC, please join us in the last and final segment. Welcome back to the third and final segment of On Your Image with Dr. Fungai MTC, where we are discussing the sibling rivalry. I'm sure right there at home you have been following, and I'm sure you can relate to some of the issues that have been brought on the discussion. And now I'm joined by Regai Gwande, who is a life coach and also someone who is firstborn. She has gone also the experience of being the big sister in her family. Regai, welcome to the studio.
Thank you, Doc.
You have been following the discussion from the teenagers to those who have gone through. I want to hear your experience. Is this practical and reality?
Yes, Doc. This is so practical, and it really affects a lot of families. And I've seen this while I was growing, and I've seen this in my life as a life coach, and I've seen this as a parent as well.
All right.
Yes, but I think the problem emanates from where you are coming from.
All right.
And these rivalries, they continue. If maybe your parents were also facing the same situation, it will also come into their children and the children of their children.
And it becomes a
And
chain.
it becomes a chain. So which we need maybe to break at a certain stage. Where with the children these days, they are well informed, and you will be surprised they can be able to break the chain
All right.
themselves without the parents even coming in.
All right.
Because they read a lot, they are able to tell that this is not the way we should live as a family. Yeah.
All right. So from your experience, what are some of the challenges that follow people when they are adults?
I've seen a rivalry is more of people take it as a competition. Like someone said, you compete for the little things that will also grow into becoming a big thing. Yeah, you start by saying I want to watch soccer. The other person says I want to watch the Kardashians, and all the difference is, you know, someone will say you want to watch the Kardashians. What do you learn from that? And then the other one says, but what is it in for soccer? So the moment they start fighting, they know that next time if I want to watch maybe news, and the other person is not a current affairs person, they will also fight again. Maybe out of interest, bored the next person. So doing that now, will make it as a joke. Will take it as serious.
Good.
Yeah. So the moment you are offended, the next thing is you want to revenge.
All right.
So you will revenge when you see that person is enjoying their show, and you probably don't even want to watch TV. But just because you want to revenge, you will go and attack the person.
All right. Yeah. So where are parents in all this confusion?
The parents, mostly parents are there to be blamed because they are the ones who cause this
Rift
yes.
and fight.
Yes, because once the child, when you've got a baby in the house, everyone is concentrating on that baby because they think if we don't do it, maybe money and that more attention to us. But it also grows into people who have, grown up. They've moved out of houses of their parents. They've become family people, and sometimes you see people who have grown in a family where there was rivalry. They also
infuse that to their children.
To their children, and it is difficult for them to give out love to other people. Even if kumba kwa anonoroorwa, anotadza kuita fit in easily because akakura ari into that family yekuti vanenge vachiitirana makwikwi nokuti pamwe akakura chinzi iwewe haunyatogona saka aifaita kuti akwanise kuti agone zvinoita mukoma wake kana kuti munyina wake saka kwese kwaanoenda anenge achingofunga kuti handigoni because akatopiwa si confident enough in him. So kana mazokura wa grown up vanhu unenge uchingofunga kuti uyo zvaari kuita mukati meupenyu hwake zviri successful ari kufunga kuti pamwe ndotofanira kuita competition kuti ndisvikewo pane uyo. It's because parents were not there to nurture that child. Parents were not there kuvaiti vaive equal, to be fair. Anogona kunge ari mwana asingagoni but hamuzomuratidzi kuti haugone pamberi pevamwe vana saka anokura asingazive kuti ndoita sei kana ndasangana nevamwe.
All right. Yeah. I want you to talk right there, to talk to a parent who is listening to you. What should parents do to stop this sibling rivalry? Pakati pevana vakuva wakazvara iwo munhu. At the end of the day, we say the blood is thicker than water. What can you say to the parents out there?
To the parents out there, I'll just say, let's treat our children zvakafanana. Vana chipo chinobva kuna Mwari. Zvipo izvozvo zvakatosiyana. The moment we try to separate our children because we anogona muchikoro kana kuti anogona masports, wakuconcentrate neuye uchimupa more time. Ndinoona unge vamwe vana havazogaina that confidence mavari pavanozokura. And tiri kutocreata ruvengo. In this world yatinorarama vana vanozopedzera kufunga kuti my sister ameno zvaakaita pachivanhu anenge akutofunga kuti pamwe ameno kwaakaenda unotsvaga mushonga kuti abudirire. It's because as parents we were not there for our children. We have to be our role models to our kids kuti vaite come up neupenyu hwakanaka, kuti vabereki tisazoshorwa kunoenda vana vedu kuti izvi akazviwana kumba kwavo. Charity begins at home. If we are not there for our children, it means kuti vana vedu they will not be good ambassadors kwese kwavanoenda, representing our names wherever they are.
And also, as we round off, Regai, I want you to maybe say something that probably is going to address vana vari kunzwa. Pane vamwe vana vari kunzwa already varitori in a bitter relationship with their brothers or sisters. What can you say to them?
To the children that are in this similar situation, what we are talking about now, it's not too late to sit down with your brother or your sister. Slowly, you cannot solve your problems in one day, but slowly as you go, you will see that you've got your differences, but you need to iron out those differences. You engage your parents as well. Talk to your parents and just tell them, Kuti, we need to iron this out. We need to agree on certain things that we see they are not working well in this house. So much that when you're out there, you are able to fit in with other children. You're able to relate. You're able to discuss issues. Usingaachke kana kufunga kuti I am not fit to be in this society. Yeah.
Wow, those are words of wisdom. Really, we see families really breaking apart. Thank you so much, Regai, for coming, and we wish that people right there at home have taken your advice.
Thank you so much, Doc.
There you have it. If you're fighting with your sister, your brother, I think it's not the time to do that. You have heard that the repercussions extend in the future whereby they affect your sister. Please continue to follow us on our social media handles. We would like to know what you think with regards to the topics that we discuss here. From myself, Dr. Fungai Mtisi, I believe confidence is key to success. And from myself and the crew behind the scenes, see you next time.
Own your image.